Hello everyone, this is Travalgar Valentine again. How are you doing today? Are you doing okay? Hope this video you're watching finds you well. And you ponder on YouTube and things and happen to stumble by mine. Not yesterday, but one of my previous videos, or most recent ones, I talked about the diet and watching that film Firehead. That really changed everything because it helped me realize how much I could learn in such a short amount of time and how different ideas can affect different things. So today I thought I would share something else that affected me in a very profound way also. Something that changed a lot of things after I experienced them. And I haven't got any notes with me, so please bear with me. But I just feel it's a bit more honest if I just be a bit more spontaneous with what I say. I don't plan it, and I don't have to think about a script as I'm drawing at the same time. And I can just draw freely, talk freely, and get into the mode, you know what I mean. Anyway, I remember one of my previous employments, a friend showed me this band called Sigur, and at that time I used to listen to very heavy black metal and very hardcore electronic music and things, and Sigur was on the opposite side of the scale basically, where I was used to music that just fueled my ego, made me into an ego-drunken rage. This was calming and beautiful. I didn't quite get it at first. I think it took me 2 or 3 times before it actually sunk in. But when it did sink in, everything changed. Because being the person I was, I would never listen to that kind of music ever, or even come close to it. But when I just sat down and actually listened to the lyrics, listened to the music, responded to the chills that were running up my arm, the hairs in the back of my neck stood endwise, I felt this weird warm sensation running in the back of my head. It was almost as if I could feel my brain was working, my brain was reacting to it. It was really bizarre. And I felt so many things at this one point, and I saw my future, and I saw my potential, and I saw what I had to do for the rest of my life. And it all started with one song. It was from the album Agatas Björn, the second album, and how do you say it's the second track, Van Bens Svara or something, I can't really pronounce it very well, sorry. It has this beautiful echo tune that runs right through it, this single tone on the piano, it's doom. I just sends chills right up my spine. And after listening to it, I could feel my body itching to create stuff. My artistic side just awakened up. My body wanted to draw all these beautiful things, these beautiful rich flowers, these amazing sunsets, these rich and vivid landscapes. The ego drunk, that state that I was in, had now been calmed down, and I just relaxed and kind of looked on top of things, and I realized I'd been drawing for my entire life, in my spare time, and I wasn't even having anyone's opinion from it, or got the occasional praise here and there, but no one really said anything about it to me, and it's just been going on for my entire life, and I never really even thought about it, that, you know, I could use this as an energy source. This was something special. This was a talent or a skill or something that I didn't need to try to get better at, because I was automatically doing it all the time. I didn't have to try to get better or want to get better. It's just I naturally did it all the time. And something like that, it's just really, really nice and happy if you just do something that sometimes can make people really laugh and smile and be happy, but you don't even need any effort to even do it anyway. It's just something that your body does, that you feel is good. I got it from listening to their music. That first album, I listened to that album I think every single day of that week. I was in an unfortunate event where I could use my MP3 player at work, so I would just put piles of sigur songs and just swell into the music and not even concentrate on the work I was doing, even though it's quite easy work. But it's hard labour work, but it was just easy thinking work. I think that's a better way of putting it. It's just amazing, happy days. And I used it as sort of like a toolbox for my thinking. It wasn't necessarily like any other entertainment where music, although some people like pick tracks, I want to listen to this and it feels good and they get going and stuff like that, and they feel all these little things, and afterwards, oh, I want to listen to this one and then this one. Most of the songs we listen to and stuff are like temporary solutions to a feeling. It lasts the duration of the song, then it goes, and you feel a bit better afterwards, maybe that you've listened to the song and feel a bit more satisfied. But the sigur, it's none of that. It was something completely else. It was like another category of music for me. It was sort of like a toolbox that I could use to catalyse my imagination. So I could listen to the music and it would just change the way I would think about stuff, and it was so much more better. It was like using a filter for my mind, and it took me a while and to figure out what it was about it. I mean, it's just it was such profundity, sorry, of what actually happened. It took me a while to figure out what was going on. I mean, I could use words as a spiritual experience or transcendental experience or magic or epiphany of the higher kind, new cognitive machine developing in the imagination of my invisible landscape of my imagination, producing this amazing energy force. I don't know what to call it, guys, but it was just amazing. And looking into their band, into their music a lot more, watching their amazing film Hamer, looking into the album, the Brackets album, the Untitled one, the album Tack, you got the album Medsia, it's something, and you can see why this kind of music affects me in a certain way, and it's affected a lot of other people. I mean, I'm just saying my own personal opinions, but because it's a very, very honest band. They just want to create nice, happy music. That's all they've really been interested in. They get together, they play together, they'll get in sync with each other, into the moment, and just relax. They don't even realise what time it is or what they've been playing, and it's something that it's been missing for a lot of people, I think. A lot of people try too hard with art, try too hard with music, and they just try and force it. and force it. You know, let's get up an extra hour early. Let's do this. Let's do that. Just, just relax a second. Hold on. Just think about what you're doing there, Sonny Jim. Just think about it for 5 seconds. You know, let's just pick up a guitar. Let's just get a notepad and a bit of pen and just draw. Let's not care about who's gonna see it or what's gonna happen. Just draw. It doesn't matter even if it's just lines on a paper. I'm drawing these flowers right now. I've got no preliminary sketch to these flowers. I mean, I've got this square border and a circle for another because this is gonna be a border, but I'm just drawing some flowers. I'm not really bothered how they turn out. I know for a fact that if I just keep my mind happy and I keep myself happy, everything will be fine. Your pictures reflect your mood you're in. Anyway, you can see when watching the film Hamer, which is the film that they created when they did their tour around the world, and the last place they went to was Iceland, their homeland. And instead of actually doing what they did in normal tours or what anyone else would do, where normal bands would advertise, publicise, and massive publishing organisations and all of this trouble and annoyance. I mean, this is where it gets to the point where it's more about marketing and business than it really is art form and stuff. But they didn't really tell anyone what was going on. They didn't really advertise it to the public or anything. And they just appeared out of the darkness, from another place, out of another world, and in these small little villages, and just started to play. Set up a small stage. People were getting all curious about what's going on. I'm sure word of mouth got round and stuff, so people were quite aware of what was going on after a few shows and stuff. And they just played this happy music. And when you listen to the Untitled album, there's no lyrics to it, so everyone's on an equal base. So no one understands it any more than anyone else, because unless they're actually more connected to it. So everyone's on the same level. It doesn't matter where you come from, in what country, you'll always hear it exactly the same, which I think is an amazing idea. Not to put it in one particular language, such as English or something like that, or Icelandic even, but just to put it into a language that's universal, that's not designed to be a spoken language of words to be understood, but it's more of a language that's used to react to feeling, I would say, probably. Yonsei was saying that he just doesn't really say anything, it's just gibberish, he's just singing notes with his voice. And these journalists are trying to put all these names on it and trying to market it as something like Hopelantic and all this pish, I don't know what the hell it is. I mean, I personally looked into it just because I never seen anything like it, or any of the rare occurrences of it, where someone just sings vocals in a music, and it's basically turning your voice into its own instrument. And I mean, the closest thing I got to it's sort of like a glossolalia, which is where the comes originally from the Christians speaking in tongues. It's sort of like, I think it's sort of like that, where he's just spontaneously speaking in voices. No intentional meaning, then probably emotional construction. It's a shame when Keaton left, but fair enough. I mean, being together for 10 years, I mean, he left and they started off as 3, but because Keaton really made it, I think, he was a great piano player and stuff like that. Well, all of them are great piano players and stuff, and I think they self-taught themselves, and I think they can each play like at least 14 or 20 instruments probably. It won't surprise me if they can. Pianos, trumpets, strings, everything basically. They just really enjoy music, and I know for a fact if you learn more and more styles of the art that you're trying to perfect, the more you get an overall perspective of how to build songs and the construction effect of building songs and the process and stuff, blah blah blah. And the old Untitled album they made, that was just that was something else. I think in a 2002 interview in Norway on YouTube, I think they basically said that they didn't want to advertise what the CD was about on the front cover. You know, they didn't want to say that this CD was this. So, or this CD was about this, or this CD was about that. This track is this. This word means this. It was not that filing down process that modern day music have. This is the album called Love. This is the song called I Love You. And the lyrics is I love you so much. It's just filtering it down, 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 down. And when you start listening to it, that's what you expected to hear and listen to, and that's what you respond to and stuff like that. It's very, very thin kind of creativity. But if you open it all up and you don't tell anyone what it is, and they've got to find out for themselves, well, everyone can have their own reaction. I personally think this, I personally think that. And it brings more people together and brings more communities together, I think, because people can share their own opinions. And because they haven't got any foundation to what it would be previously, hasn't got any songs that says what it should be, people will connect on a higher level because the way they're connecting is on a higher plane. I think that's the way of putting it. I'm just bringing this conversation, guys. I don't know what to talk about other than the band sigur and how it's affected me and stuff. I haven't got any notes or what should I say or anything. Although I come to these talks and stuff like that very unorganised. I've got nothing around me other than just a few pens and this pad of paper, and normally people put scripts in, but I like it to try and be a bit more spontaneous, to jump on the spot. My memory's sorry, my memory's one of my weakest points, but if I could just keep on spontaneously talking about something, I think it makes it a bit more honest. I'm not trying to give you, like, trying to rehearse what I'm trying to say and this is the way I want you to react and all that stuff. I just want to talk to you about something I really enjoy. Yeah, the Untitled album that they did, the brackets, they didn't put any track numbers, titles, lists, anything on it. It was just literally a white sleeve disc with two brackets on the front cover, white empty disc, and you basically have to listen to it and try and figure out what the tracks are. And people used to post, like, people used to put pictures of what they thought that it was on the inside the cover and stuff. I think there's 8 tracks, I think, and the only way they recognised them was just random names at the time. Sometimes the death song, the pop song, stuff like that wasn't really valid to what the song was or anything. But there's some really, really amazing music. For instance, I think it was Popular, I think, the death song, I think that's number 8, I think, the last one. I think that was got to be probably one of the, if you see it on a live stage show, it's just one of the most intense musical experiences I'd had at the time. It was amazing. Where it just has that slow, gentle tone. Gradually this like gentle song, it feels kind of average. And then it transforms, starts building up intensity faster and faster and faster. By the end of it, everyone's just going full blast, and it's just absolutely amazing with the strobe light effect and the backlights and stuff. It's just absolutely nuts. It's one of my favourite songs. Similar to like Festival. Festival has a good build up as well. That was on another album, sigur. I can't pronounce the album name. It's one they made during the tour. But yeah, I mean, even the film Hamer again. Sorry, I keep on going backwards and forwards. But they expressed a lot of their values towards how they felt when they came back to Iceland and stuff like that. After touring the world and seeing a lot of things, they saw some things that weren't right and some things that weren't quite good and stuff. For instance, they put up a small concert in a small village, completely acoustically, as a protest to this dam being built for this aluminium factory, I think. And it was just amazing. They just sat there in front of everyone who was doing the protest and just played this really nice, happy song. And what they really liked was the fact that it just brought families together. Families were just curious about what was going on. Didn't know what was going on. They just wanted to be part of something, which is something so nice. People could just create art and just invite people in, just to bring people together, to share things and talk about stuff. So, and in the film, they've also got where the paper says that they bring the soul back to Iceland, where it's making people happy again and giving them life and stuff. Places like Djupavik, which is a small village and town in Iceland, I think, which has the old fish factory, I think. Yeah, the old mackerel factory, and where all the fish left after an overfishing and stuff. I think it has like 2 or 5 people there now, and putting a big concert back there just brought it all back to life again. And they did all these concerts for free. They didn't. No one had to pay for anything. If you're just wandering around and this funky band just playing some random music, it'd be wonderful to be there. And something you don't see anymore. People are too concerned about money and business and marketing and stuff like that, trying to recycle the stuff on the shelves. And all these brilliant ethics that they implied into their creativity, full of honesty and truth, where it was just 4 friends trying to create beautiful music, and then combining with another 4 friends called Anemia, Amelia, I can't pronounce it, the string quartet that's with them. There's also a brass band as well, I think, that plays some of the horns and stuff. So it's just these small little groups of musical bands that just come together to have fun. Highly recommend it. And it took me a long time to even find anything that was of the same value, the same catalytic value, where I could use it as a toolbox for my imagination. I mean, I listen to a lot of other songs, but I still can't find anything that was of its value, of how it affected me. I mean, it was 6 years ago now, and I've looked and looked. I mean, there's a few cousins of sigur that are good, like what would you call them? Here Man Hyasin is featuring that old guy, the old fisherman Stefan Amfsen. Sorry, my Icelandic is absolutely terrible. He's got his own bands and stuff like that. It's all other Icelandic bands basically, just that have the same small happy values, where they just want to create beautiful concerts and beautiful music, instrumental voices. And I think I went a whole year without just listening to sigur Rós every single day. It was amazing because, like I said before, with the catalyst of music, how you listen to a song and it only lasts how it lasts, and then you want to change the song. But with sigur Rós, the feeling I get from it, I can never get bored of it. So I would just listen to it and listen to it and listen to it and listen to it, and I would never get bored of it. I would still have the same chilling kind of effect. It was really weird. I never had a band before that I could just get so deep in, so engraved in, and just have exactly the same effect all the time. It kind of made me realise that it was a lot deeper than just an entertainment value. It was a lot stronger. This wasn't just there to stimulate your senses, it was there to charge up some of your cognitive abilities that were very deep and very emotional. It would make you feel things, and it would make you realise you're feeling those things, and you'd find more of yourself by listening to it that way. It's just really nice. And I still listen to it today, and I would still put Hamer as one of my top 5 films I would just keep forever. If I ever had a safety deposit box where I'd have to put in 5 films, Hamer would still be one of them, even in my top 3. Even though hasn't got any progressive like action or adventure or anything like that, and it's just a documentary about this band. Because of its value, how it lasts so long, I could just listen to it forever, and it would just last for so long, and it'd be so nice. And I could just use it as an imagination catalyst for as long as I wanted. It's kind of funny when you watch the film and they're not very oriented towards trying to be famous or trying to speak their mind about their ideas and stuff like that, and talk to all these journalists and media and stuff like that. So they're really nervous about when they actually got all this money and success and stuff like that. I think Keaton alone was working like 3 jobs when he was making his first album. I mean, they were just doing it for a bit of fun, I presume. Never expected it to actually boom the way it did. All these live shows and stuff like that, people try and put them on different shows on the nighttime TVs and stuff like that. But some of the music lasts like 8 to 10 minutes, and it says, well, we need an 8 to 10 minute slot. Well, you can't have that. Well, we won't play the music then. So you won't see many shows of it on. And it was a long time before they actually put into any commercials as well. You'll find all sorts of random and fun things about sigur when you start listening to them. For instance, their 3-piece album, I think it was in competition with Radiohead. That was really, really different, and just another example of their flexibility to create things, called Baba Tiki Dido, which I'm not really sure much about, but I would really recommend, and maybe you may leave some comments below how you think about it. There's not even much information about it on Wikipedia. I'm just looking here. I don't even know what instruments they use, but it's 3 songs and they slowly build up in intensity, but it's something different completely than anything they've created yet. Aye. I think my favourite album is probably Vallertine, of course, and Vallertine, I think they're 2 of my favourite. Those 2 albums I could really use to help me with my artwork and make me think and stuff. I would use this music a lot when there's dark moments in my life, or just need some motivation. I think that's what it's good for. It's like healing music, I would say. It's just nice to listen to. It brings all these happy emotions in. I like that one copy polo on the Tack album. It's translated to jumping in puddles, I think, or something along those lines. But I think that's just a really cute idea. Those childish memories of just running and jumping into puddles and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I can really say about them. I mean, I still listen to it every single day. Well, not every single day, but at least 4 or 5 times a week easily. It's still one of my favourite bands. I've maybe found 1 or 2 bands that's equal value as that I would listen to just as much. I'll probably talk about them as well later. But other than that, it's one of a kind, very special, unique band. And if you want some inspiration, just chill out and just have a listen to it. I mean, no, sometimes it won't be for everyone, but I just find it really helped me. I think I would love to go to Iceland sometime and have a walk around. Maybe have the music in the background and hike up the hills and stuff of Iceland. I think that'd be a really cool experience. But that's just in my dreamland. I'm happy enough to just listen to the music, and I might definitely do some more pictures of Iceland itself. Maybe do some more of the countryside. I mean, it's such a beautiful country. One of the happiest places in the world. As George York, I can't remember his name, but said on a BBC interview with Sigur, they said that Iceland is one of the happiest places in the world. It doesn't surprise me nonetheless. The only problem is that the Western culture is just invading them completely. This beautiful natural landscape where people still have a chance to be a bit more free and a bit more individualistic and not follow the rules of the commercial. Yeah, I mean, if you want to say if you've listened to Sigur Rós before, maybe put it in the comments below, your recommendations. Which album was your favourite? What do you think of the new 3-piece band and stuff? I mean, check out Sigur Rós, check out the string quartet and the Emila. Check out some of the other Icelandic music. I mean, majority of all the best things, all my favourite music comes from Iceland. There's 1 or 2 that actually comes from other places, but Iceland is definitely one of the best places for the music. And if you want to see more of my pictures that I'm drawing and stuff, you can follow me on Facebook. I try and update as much as I can. I do have a full-time job, so it's a bit difficult, and at the moment there's a lot of things happening in my life, so I do what I can now. You can also have a look on my Pinterest. If you want some of my cool crafts, have a look at my Etsy shop. And if you want to look at my main website, Travalgar.com. I hope you have a nice day after this video and watching it, and hope that you have some nice music to listen to. And so yeah, I'm not sure when this picture will be finished, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll leave it as that, and goodbye for now.